And we're recording now with my friend Paul Sierra. He's also from the community Baltanet. Let me share something about him. He's very cool, this guy, because I remember one of the members in the community, he wanted to go to the gym, do exercise, and during his free time, he wanted to practice English. So he was like, hey, if someone wants to practice English with me while I take a rest during my workouts, you can text me. And Paul have the balls, to say, hey, motherfucker, just focus on your workout and don't distract our group. So I like what you told him. Your wisdom, I like. I said, like, sometimes it's good to take a time for yourself. Like this idea of maximizing productivity is destroying society. So could you expand more on that? That was good shit.
Well, yeah, you said you said I'm Paul, but you can call me just Alex. Yes, I prefer that you can call me Alex.
Alex, okay, I will call
Okay.
you Alex because in your name here says Paul. Even I'm reading it says Paul in the name. So, okay, I will call you
Yeah.
Alex. Okay, Mr. Alex. So expanding the productivity trap because I believe most people are falling into that. Please, what is going on?
Well, I say it's more important. There are things that are more important than just produce. That the just things that are like that we can produce. So, for example, money, all the things that are material are not so important. Like self-knowledge, I think, and knowing ourselves, know other people. So I remember that the last meeting that we have in the Balta community, you I asked you how do you seek that your self-knowledge, and you said something that blows my mind, because you said that you seek self-knowledge, knowing other people, knowing new people, and trying new things, like new experiences. And it makes sense for me, because I see this like a big ocean. We are all part of the big ocean. We are like waves, and our water is part of a big ocean. And makes sense that I I I should know other people, because if I'm water and these other people are water too, I like to know this water, because we're all part of the same
It's
ocean.
like knowing yourself, right? Like the more
Yeah,
people you know, the more you start to understand yourself.
yes, and I found this having other idea, that this idea was that we are all mirrors. If you I can see myself in you, and
Yeah.
you will see yourself in me. It's like we're the same. We're the same thing. I like to say that, or I like to share this, that we are all part of the same thing. We are complete in this cycle of death and life. We are we we are part of the circle that were never escapes. Were never something can escape. I don't
Yeah.
know if my idea.
No, no, it resonates totally. Well, I mean, I understand. I'm sure many people will be confused, like what the fuck is saying. But how old are you?
I'm 25.
Good, good shit. When I was your age, I wouldn't understand what you're saying now. So it's good that you understand this at that age. So cool. Now let's try to dissect this. Let's try to dissect it in small pieces. So what happened is that they say, you are a reflection of the people who surround you, right? Or you copy their behavior. So this happen also when you select your friends. You select the friends that more or less mirror you back. That's why when you improve yourself as a person, sometimes you lose your friends because they don't see themselves back when they see at you. So that's one. But the other one is this idea of the status and the ego disappear when you understand what you're saying, right? Like, oh, if we are just one, why caring about who is the best if we are just one, right? We are just one consciousness. But most people will take time to learn. And I believe not everybody will be able to understand this. This is like a 5% population level of that maybe will understand it.
Well, I would say that I don't mind at all, because it's my own journey, in and I understand that this works for me, and seeking my sex knowledge, is what I seek the most. And I seek this with all my might. So I understand that other people can seek money or can seek status, and maybe they prefer to buy a car instead of be alone and reflect. But well, it's my own journey, so
Yeah,
I
totally.
I can
It's your
change.
game. Let's land it. Like this is your game. The way that you want to play it. It's a cool way to play it. By the way, you realize. Maybe I'm sure you have heard this, but people who have a lot of money after a while they become minimalist. Why? Because they
Yeah,
realize you check always. I have talked this with many friends. And like yeah, at the end you come back to the basic car, to the basic house. Basic family structure, So all these guys that you see that they date a lot of women, at the end they end just getting married because like it's too much shit. So going back to the basics, we know is the end result, but for some people, take longer to realize that.
and I learned this seeing my dogs playing. When you realize that a dog just need to um, eat, just need to play, and they will be happy. I I understand that I can do that thing too. I can live that way. I don't need too much to be happy.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, yeah. It's like you find out that the like enjoying the little pleasures in life is possible when you
Yeah.
clean all the bullshit. So it's like because many times people will say no, the little pleasures in life are free. Yes, it's true only if you can focus in them. For example, you're walking with in my case, I'm walking with my mother, walking with the dog. That is a blessing for me. That's like a huge thing. I appreciate for me more than having like a brand new car because that is something that doesn't have a price. But a lot of people have their mother, a lot of people have their dog, but they don't understand how good it is. And they need to wait until the mother pass away, until the mother died to say, "Oh, I miss my mother." So enjoying the things while we have them is a superpower.
Yeah. Um. If I if I if I like to if I can sorry.
Yeah, take your time.
If I can choose just one thing to share with others, I'd say that be alone. Just if you are alone, and there are no other s- stimulus,
Yeah,
like your
stimulus.
phone or screens or sounds, noise, you'll see that all the answers are in yourself. You
Yes.
don't need to search out of you. So if
You reveal the answers, right?
yes,
Yes, I
select a
think so.
time in your day to be alone, and just think. Yes.
Yes, yes, yes. Yes. By the way, thank you for that. I mean, it's good to hear. I mean, you're doing good. I have a question for you. Do you have a lot of friends? Because my guess is not that many, but I want to listen. I want to because when I was your age, I knew things uh, not that deep as you are talking now, but it was difficult because sometimes people your age feels a little bit far. They are like now. Let's be clear. Now with social media, it's easier because we can find like people that think similarly to
Mm.
us, right? So I don't know. How is your social life?
Well, I have. Well, I think I know. Well, I don't have a lot of friends, but I know a lot of people, and I think that we mm, we get on well. So
You get along well. Okay, that's nice.
yes, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
I I've got a friend who we talk about this a lot. So and
nice.
he knows you. I think that he bought you like pills to gain muscle.
Okay, there's a
His
high
name is
chance. Yeah, a lot of people bought me with drugs for
his
getting
name is
muscle. Yeah.
oh yeah,
What is
well,
his
I
name?
think
What is his name?
Alfredo.
Shout
Alfredo
out for
Abando.
Alfredo. Yeah, yeah, sounds familiar. I think I saw that name on my WhatsApp. Yeah. No,
Yeah.
for sure. It's there is a moment that we have like levels of friends, right? The closer circle, and then they have like bigger circles that you don't see that often. But it's nice to have someone that you can share your journey, right? As you mentioned,
Yeah,
like it's my journey, but maybe nobody will have exactly the same journey that you have. But there will be some people that have journeys that are more or less similar, like parallel journals that you can see, hey, you are there, and it's nice to have this company.
yes, yes, yes. Um, well, th- I, 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 I would like to ask you, Jose,
Yeah,
yes,
tell me.
to change the topic.
Yeah.
Uh, how, how do, or what do you consider is the habit that everyone should check in their life? Now, if
The
you,
habit, right?
yeah, yes, if you only can choose one habit, what would you choose? I don't know. Maybe and the time when you sleep, feeding, nutrition, or training. I don't know, or reading. I don't
Yeah.
know.
I will go that the training, and do it. By the way, that's a good one. Thank you. The training and do it with intensity, because if you train with a good training partner with intensity, first, if it's a good training partner, you have like some discipline. You have an anchor that I have to go to the gym, right? Because a training partner is waiting for me. The other one, if you do it with intensity, you have to sleep early, because if you go to bed late, now the next day you cannot go to the gym. And also, when you start training with intensity, you require to be more organized in your time, because we need to create the time. So for me will be the gym, the training. But you mentioned another one that was interesting, that was the time that you go to bed. Many people say
Yeah.
wake up early, but few people say go to bed in a good time, and especially a time that is sustainable in the long term.
Yes. About that, about this, I, I'd say that if you want to get wake up early, just go to bed early.
Yeah.
And don't put alarms. Eh, eh, Alarms, yes. Mm, yes. I don't. Uh, trust your dream. I don't
Yeah, yeah,
know.
it destroy your
Yeah.
sleeping cycle. So we have like cycles
Yeah.
when we sleep.
Yeah.
It's not good to. Ideally, you want to wake up without alarm. And many times, waking up without alarm is just going to bed 15 minutes earlier. If many people go 15 minutes earlier, or 30 minutes earlier, you will wake up without alarm and you will feel great.
Yeah. Yeah. And as you said, it's about the dreams work. Sleeping works, but with cycles, as you said, and
Yeah,
each cycle um, takes about 90 minutes. It's like
yeah,
an hour, 1 hour and a half, I think.
yes.
And if you put alarm and cut this cycle, you will wake up like tired and like you want to sleep a bit more. So
Yeah, yeah.
just don't put alarms.
And also, it's like the way that we handle our life. For example, the other day it was 1 a.m. I came late to my house, and one of my neighbors, he parked his car in front of my garage. Big motherfucker, right? So I could easily just start, scratching, taking out my hair. Oh, why this happened, right? I just called the Serenazgo police. They start with the megaphone calling. The guy show up after 45 minutes, and when he show up, I was like, oh, you make a mistake. I didn't argue with him. Why? Because if I argue first, it doesn't help, right? But second, if you argue and then you go to sleep, you sleep like shit, right? So that's
Mm.
what I realized. It's like before going to sleep, we try to avoid the arguments. And we know many families, they have a lot of arguments during the evening. So imagine, you have an argument, then you try to sleep the next day. Even if you sleep your 6 hours, you're going to feel like trash.
Yeah, yeah. All the things that you do before sleeping, um, m- maybe will this I don't know, will define if you're is if will sleep good or not. And
Yes.
maybe I recommend that, and maybe you will agree with this, is that don't turn off your phone. If you have lights in your room, try to put something in your eyes to not see anything. And if you have noise in your room, try to put something in your ears to not hear anything. And I say with that, you I can assure you that you will sleep well.
Yeah, the electronics, if you can reduce the electronics as much as possible, that makes
Yeah,
a
exactly.
difference. Something that people sometimes don't consider is that they have or the computer or the TV in the room, and this TV or computer, they have sometimes like a little light, even when they are off. If you have a little light, this still destroy your sleep. So, covering that, if we can reduce the electronics, something that at least for the listening that works for me. Now, each person is different, but I like these brown speakers, brown noise sound. So these speakers, I put one
Um,
in my room.
mm,
It always helps. And I like the fan, el ventilador. I like the fan. Well, now in summer I put the fan like pointing the bed, but in winter I like the fan pointing out of the room, so it increases the circulation of the air. I realize the better flow of air that you have in your room, more oxygen, and also that helps with sleep.
well, I think that as you said, could could it happening because it that replicates what happened in the nature. I think I don't know, but maybe
What happened in what? Sorry, in
in
nature. Yeah, yeah, in
nature.
nature. Yeah, yeah, totally.
Yeah,
Yeah.
with a brown noise and these I don't know, river flowing sounds.
By the way, the brown noise is one of the options. But now that you mention nature, I heard that people achieve very good quality, very good sleep quality with fire sounds, el sonido de fuego. Fire
Mm.
sound. Interesting enough, is that if you have fire sound and you have a dog next to you, you sleep like a baby. Why? Because like a while ago, we used to sleep like that, right? Like with fire and a little dog guarding our spaces. So it's interesting. At the end, we go back to the basics. How can we make it as natural as possible?
And another tip I'd say that is not to eat a lot
Yeah, that's
before
a
going
good
to
one.
bed.
Yeah, yeah, that's a
Yes,
good one.
or just try. Well, actually, I don't have dinner. I don't have dinner. I just have lunch and a big lunch and a breakfast
So
after
your
training.
your last meal. At what time do you do your last meal?
It was about before 7 a.m. Before 7 p.m.
PM. Yeah, yeah. That's enough. Yeah, that's allow you to.
Yes, and then tomorrow I'll train about 8 7 a.m. 8 a.m. and I'll breakfast at maybe 10 p.m. 9 p.m. maybe.
Yeah, I try to do the same also because what happens is that when we eat, and this is a little bit nerd, but it helps if someone really want to improve. It's like when we eat, we spike our insulin. And when we spike our insulin, the HGH, hormone de crecimiento, the human growth hormone, go
Mm-hmm.
down. But the idea is that when we are sleeping, we spike the HGH. So we want to allow our body to recover. And the best way is by not having food. Now, this is a little bit tricky because depends also for some people at what time they can eat. For example, there are people that they cannot nap during the afternoon. So in that cases, it's better to send the biggest meal until the end of the day, but not too late. More or less what you mentioned, like 7 p.m., 8 p.m. So you allow like 3 hours before going to sleep.
And if you can fast, uh,
That's good.
would be
Yeah.
better.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
fasting is good. When did you discover fasting? How long ago? How far ago?
Uh, two 2 years ago, about 2 years ago, I think. Yeah, yeah. When I started to train at the mornings in the
Who
mornings.
who 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 told you that thing of fasting? Because I mean, people know about fasting, but not many people practice it. So, how was
Yeah.
your discovery process?
I don't exactly. I don't know. but it was like a vicious circle because you said you said that if you can choose, if you could choose one habit, you will choose the training.
Yeah.
And for me, makes sense because I started with training. I started to improve my habits with training, and then first was the training, then was the nutrition. Take third when was the time when I go to sleep. Then was fasting, I think. Then I try to read something because I understand this that I can train my body, but my spirit, my soul, or my mind needs training as well. So
Yes, yes, yes,
I find that reading is a good way to train your mind. But
yes, yes.
and after this, I would like to recommend a book for you and for other people if anyone
What
can.
is the name? What is the name?
This book is called Siddhartha by Hermann Hesse, and
Oh, okay.
it talks about the journey of monk,
Okay,
monk,
like a monk, a monk, monk. Yeah,
Buddhist monk,
yeah.
and and how they seek his journey in his life. He wants to reach the unity, the true. It's like it's about
Buddhism. Yeah.
Buddhism, but not at all. So if anyone can find this book on Amazon or in Amazonas maybe, but could
You
be
know that's funny. Now that you say Amazon, here in Peru we have Amazonas too, right? To buy
yes.
what a coincidence! I realize. Uh, eh, do you know something about Buddhism?
About Buddhism, well, I know things, but but I can I will I know that I want no I can understand I can explain this because it's too complicated. I can explain this in Spanish, but
Okay, okay. Maybe next
yes,
time that we record, we can have like a Buddhism. We will go
yeah,
deeper
yeah,
in
yeah,
Buddhism. Yeah, you made me wonder because I'm sure there is a lot of wisdom that we can get from that movement. That's
yes.
interesting. By the way, what do you do for a living? Where do you work? What is your life? How do you make the money?
Mm. All the things that I can that I could learn about life, about other people, couldn't couldn't be possible if I didn't have this job. I work remotely. I work for a Mexican consultancy. I am a software developer.
Nice.
So if I if I if I couldn't work remotely, anything will be possible for me. I couldn't train at in the mornings.
Yeah.
I couldn't take care of my nutrition. I couldn't because the traffic is I don't well the traffic is the people the buses are so crowded. The
And by the
buses
way,
are so crowded.
it's not just the time, but
Bro.
also it's the stress, right? And it's not just the stress of the experience, but the stress of the collective that all the people there in the bus are stressed. So if you commute with them, at the end you absorb that shit.
And that drains your energy as well.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, I don't know. Yeah, imagine that you sleep at 6 or 6 and a half a.m. and then you go to work to the work uh, at 7 a.m. You
You arrive. You arrive.
you arrived in at your work at 9 a.m.
Yeah,
as most of the jobs. Then you come back at 6 p.m. But you arrive your home at I don't know maybe 2 hours later.
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah. That's pretty
it's
annoying.
so there are like 4 hours of your life that you are not doing anything for you.
Yes, 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 yes.
What matters,
Yes,
and
yes, commuting.
you are just getting tired.
Yes, yes, yes. And by the way, the worst is that you go during peak hour and you come back during peak hour. So it's yeah, it's the worst of all the scenarios. That's why when we start, I mean, depends the financial situation, right? But most people when they start, it's not that they have a bad financial situation. Most people create the bad financial situation for them, starting with the credit cards, trying to buy a car too fast, trying to have a girlfriend that makes them spend too much money when they are young. So
Mhm.
if you check, like most people, it's like they themselves put the chains. They lock themselves when they are starting.
Yes, yes, yes. When and when they are studying and when they are working. Yes.
Yes, it's true too. And sometimes just for, I mean, if you are not desperate for money, you are still young, you have a family. Sometimes just for I don't know for 500 soles extra, they are willing to destroy all their life. And the problem is that this stress makes them do stupid things during the weekend. Now during the weekend, they want to go to the club, drink more alcohol, and all this extra money that they make, they blow it in one weekend.
Yes, I think society decide most of our society define most of our decisions
Yeah.
subtly, thoroughly. Maybe by using social medias, what content on Instagram, on TikTok, trends, and uh, I don't know if people could could realize that any of these things mm, aren't worth it.
Yeah.
I think they will be happy.
They will realize that they have their own interests because now people are moving around the interests of others and about the interests of other corporations, right? The interest of the big corporation is keeping you scrolling. And I have noticed a huge correlation between how good is the decision taking between a person that doesn't use social media that much, just check, that's it, and a person that is constantly scrolling. The person that is constantly scrolling usually their decision taking is poor.
Jose, have you ever thought that life um, mm, doesn't make sense? Have you ever thought about this?
Give me a second. Maybe yes. Give me a second. Could you expand, please? I want to understand
Yeah,
your context.
because I well, I've noticed that people um, seek feel this voidness in their life because life in itself doesn't make sense. Or our life as we as know now doesn't make sense. Uh, maybe when we used to live in a wild nature, maybe could mm, could make sense. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm starting to land the idea. Okay. So are we saying that perhaps doesn't make sense because there is no like a purpose? Like if we come to this world,
Yes.
we're supposed to go for one reason. Are we trying to say that if we don't have a purpose, there's no sense in life, or apart from the purpose, still you feel there is no sense in life?
Most of people don't have a purpose, and they try to feel this voidness and checking phones. Even they can be alone because
Yeah.
they don't want to face this voidness.
Yes. Yeah. Well, I think it's pretty much that. It's like having a mission, right? Like I heard this long time ago. There was a story of a German Shepherd, a dog was doing holes in the floor. I said, hey, why this dog is doing holes? Because he lost I think it was a police officer that he used to help, so he doesn't have a mission, a purpose anymore. So I believe we all there are different. We all can get our own purpose. The purpose, something that you only have one purpose. There are many things that we can find in life, but it's like a train, right? If you don't have the rail, it's pretty sad to be a train. So It's finding what is the best path that we can move, but that takes a lot of self-reflection. And people now, they are lazy for the self-reflection because we go back to the meditation and to all that stuff.
Yes, and I think the only way that anyone can realize this is facing this void. If you can, if you don't want to face this void of living, um, you won't ever notice, or you won't ever um find your purpose in your life.
I believe life give you signals. For example, what is the contrast? Some people call it the contrast. So many things that we dislike is a signal of universe telling what you will like. For example, when I was in university, I remember I hate a lot the English class in university. In university, I had to repeat one of the few courses that I repeat was marketing. I repeat marketing in mine. So many times the things that we don't like or that we cannot have success fast is a way for the universe to show us what is going to be our future. So many people, instead of asking the question, oh, this problem is trying to tell me something, people, instead of that, they just complain. So instead, if we remove the complaining and try to understand what the universe has for us, I believe people will understand faster their purpose and will be easier to fill all these voids.
Yes. How do you think people could find, oh, could find his I don't, well, I don't want to call it purpose, because purpose is like
Their path.
the biggest thing.
What about the path? Oh, by the way, there's the we can make it simple because we have job, career, y calling. Calling is como que el llamado, right? So we can also make the calling. So the job is what we do for money. The career is something that we do to get acquire a skill, a master skill. But the calling is like a higher mission. So are we talking about this higher mission, or are we just talking about like a career?
I And now there is an idea that just come to me, is that one of the biggest lie of society is that s- we've been we've been taught that there are jobs better than others,
Yeah.
but reality, it doesn't work in that way,
Do you mean
because
like a status, right? Like some jobs have better status than others. Do you mean like that, or what do you mean?
yeah, because
Yeah.
if you like to take care of, I don't know, plants, and you want to be a farmer, I don't know, farmer or gardener, gardener.
Yeah, gardener. Yeah, jardinero, gardener. Yeah.
Okay. So, but society tells you that you won't earn a lot of money, and in all these things depends of money. Maybe you won't choose what your heart asks you for, what society is telling you.
Yeah.
So I'd say that this is one of the biggest lies, that there are jobs that are better than others. Just listen to the heart.
Yes, yes. And at the end, it's like a lot of people, maybe they could be the best gardener, the best farmer, right? But they
Yeah.
prefer to be a mediocre, any other position that sounds better. So yeah, that's why it's better. If you say, I found this out, it's like people say rich people don't give a fuck about society, but actually they are rich because they don't give a fuck. It's not that first they became rich and then they didn't give a fuck. No, they didn't give a fuck since the beginning. Because if you don't give a fuck about society, like, I do my own path. Especially when you are growing, you need to sometimes just silence the noise. I think there is too much feedback for society, unnecessary feedback sometimes. So we need to be picky to the people that we listen, and we need to, if we are picky with the feedback, we have more attention to the signals that start to move around us.
And there are a lot of students in schools that may, may, I am pretty sure that they don't know what's going on in the society, but they know they are pretty sure that they're going to study a career, and I think that it doesn't make sense.
Yeah, I mean, we go back to the, if we study, we should study for one reason, right? What is the project, right? Or at least before study, we should be able to be exposed to different areas. Okay, I think I
Yes,
like this.
yes,
In my case, for example, I was very lucky that I started to practice martial arts out. I was spending a lot of time out of the school, so I was exposed to. We go back to explore yourself, right? So exposing yourself to different industries and also to people that are older. The problem with the education system is that they batch all the people from the same age and they put it in the room. So it's very unlikely that you can discover your purpose if you are with people that basically are the same as you are.
yes. Well, I'm not. I didn't talk about this with other people than my friend Alfredo, but I would like to. I think that my purpose is help other people to develop their talent, or because everyone have a talent, but they
Yes.
can't to this they must to discover it.
Yes.
And if I can help them to find it, I think that uh, I'll die happy.
Yeah.
Yes. And one way, I think that one way to and how to do it is uh helping them to help them to try new things, because
Yes.
because you you would like to be a, as you said, a farmer a gardener, or an artist, a painter, or someone who draws, someone who writes, maybe I don't know, books or something like things like this. Everyone is are not make it are not made to study a career, but there will be people who want to be um, a PhD in science. I don't know, but it depends on you. No depends. It doesn't depend what society are is telling you.
It's like I believe when we remove all the, oh, give me a second. Where the fuck is my phone? Ah, here. Like that. When we remove all the bullshit, when we remove the Netflix, all the video games, all the bullshit, it's like what is the thing that we are interested in, right? So I found out like after we do the detox, what start to pop up in our mind, and usually that's a way to start exploring our talent. And also is
Yes.
how fast we learn in that area, right? Like there are things that you are like 20 people and suddenly realize, hey, I'm good in this. What happens if I put a bit more time, and then you help other people? But yes, that helping other people to find their talent, I think you are in something interesting there. That's like a superpower. You remind me a South African woman that I met a while ago. She told me my purpose is helping other people to find their purpose. Well, my friend, what's a good call? She was a big motherfucker. My friend, if people want to follow you, where can they follow you?
Well, I don't. Well, I just have my Instagram, but it's not a. I don't post content, so just to.
But you want to help people to find their talent, right? So they need to have a way to find you.
Mm, well, I've got a YouTube channel where
Nice.
it's called El Joven en Halcón
El joven
in YouTube,
halcón. Okay.
but I don't usually post content, so just follow me on Instagram as the same name,
El
El
joven
Joven Al.
halcón. El
Yes,
joven halcón. Okay, that's amazing. Thank you, Paul, for your time. Tomorrow I will upload this call to YouTube and I'll let you know so you can check it out.
see you.
Hermano, buena campeón. Ahí te veo. Thank you.